to First One Jam, a Subscriber podcast designed to entertain you. I'm Nika, your host, and I discuss Doctor Who and Star Wars. In this episode, I'm running up the year with a look back at the shows from this year, previewing what's to come next year, what to expect on the channel next year, and a K-pop demon history at the end. Let's get started, my friends. Clan Crew had 3 episodes left. Despite the strong start, the last 2 episodes just didn't work for me. I didn't enjoy the invasion of action. I felt the other finales in the New Republic verse were better. The kids were able to elevate the finale from a disaster, which is a win. And finally, this is why my criticism towards child characters works. The kids were all brilliant, and they all stand out. Wim, Burton, Neil, and KB felt like the TARDIS fam, who were legendary, and they were heroes. The kid actors did a great job, and I'm so proud of them. Thank you, Ravi Cabot-Conyers, Ryan Kieran Armstrong, Kriana Crowder, and Robert Tiffany. Wendell is the revelation and stood up alongside his son to stop Jordan Norwood. I loved such an added been playing Wendell, and the character development improved throughout the series for Wendell. I love KB's mums, Marie and Gary, who were written in a brilliant way, which I love, and I love the fact that LGBTQ+ representation was done in the best way possible for this show, and they did it in an understanding way. I love the family dynamics, and they felt like caring parents, especially in making sure KB is okay after her accident. I love the concerns when KB goes missing. It just shows how strong this family is. I loved SMP3, Kim and the Neil family, as they were iconic. Jude Law was the standout of all the pirates. I feel with his arc being an Order 66 survivor, it makes sense he would go either way, as it's mostly people who turn like Ben and Skull or stay true to the good side like Ahsoka and Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's nice to see a change with Joe going to piracy instead of becoming a Sith. Finishing off with Zero Friends again. This was Kriana Crowder's episode. I loved it. This felt like Neil's episode. Bryce does how once again delivering. Doctor Who, which you saw me discuss last episode, I will put the link in the description down below. Like Clan Crew, it screwed up, but this was after episode 5, which was a masterpiece. Unlike Clan Crew, it had major errors that put the show at risk at this stage. In Doctor Who Series 2, the second half was disappointing. The heroes were screwed over in the finale, and I don't think the writers were written well. And I have a similar feeling with those villains, which I'll explain in a bit. The writers were robbed and written appallingly, and I feel sorry for Nika Futterman and Archie Punjabi. There was potential like the bickering, but I wanted more. Maybe Ronnie one turn on Rise too. Srigawa, Valerie Stefu, and Minnie Gibson did a great job. Great actors who deserved a bit of rain, as what they had from 1 to 5 was good. Whilst the children had a comeback in Clan Crew, the Doctor Who group went down a level than what I expected. I still love them, and that's what matters to me. I still ship their stuff as well, so yay! What frustrates me, I forgot about episodes I enjoy, like The Church on Ruby Road. Last time I watched the climax, I was in tears. That's right, Mon Amis, I was emotional, and it's frustrating as Russell can make me emotional. And there's more occasions where Russell does this, so he is capable of delivering. I forgot about 2 special people last episode, and it's not who you think. Oh no, madams and mentions. No, it's Gary and Mike, the beloved couple from the Insta Song Contest. Charlie Kanju and Kadif Kawan were brilliant. They're iconic. I love them analysing the Doctor, and they were constantly wriggling on each other's interests, which was spectacular. Going forward, hopefully improves and goes back to the success of Julie's youth, as I missed that. And shout out to Joe Martin and Joe Wicker for being legends again. Any Tales of fans are in for a treat. As you know, I watched Tales of the Underworld, and I did a few episodes on this Anthology miniseries, and I wasn't disappointed at all. If you missed it, I felt Cad Bane was a success following his appearance in Identity Crisis a year ago. Corey Byrne is phenomenal, and he is brilliant. I love seeing him voice Corey and Cad at different ages, and he still masters the iconic accent we love him for. Cad Bane began his life as Colby, who lived on the streets of Duros as a child. There are a few incidents that ends up shaping the destinies of him and his best friend Nero. Cad kills his best friend later on in the future, in cold blood, revenge and jealousy, as we see in his trilogy of episodes. I love the drama, but I am angry with Cad's manners. It is a good trilogy nonetheless. Aside Ventress was the other character in the trilogy series. She had her own story. Nika Futterman has shown a completely different side to the former bounty hunter. Is the side care for like Australia the little Jedi? She kind of does, but before it, I love the insurance from her side, and like her question if Asa is trustworthy, especially in the second episode when Lyko ends up in danger when he ends up trusting this bounty hunter. He learns that he needs to trust Asai, and Asai needs to get him out of that situation when she fights her former rival. It's super important to see where Asai is in all, and I love that. She gets Lyko to the hidden path, but he comes back to her because he wants to spend time with her, and she's accepting him as her own child, which I love because she kind of had a bit of respect for Omega. It's nice to see her have it for Lyko. The War Between the Land and the Sea update. I haven't watched that time of recording, but when I feel ready, I would love to watch it. I have seen the clips, it's good, and I see the potential, but nothing draws me to watch it yet. The War Between the Land and the Sea soundtrack has been released. This is composed by Lorna Belf. He's well known, so it's good to see the fact that Russell and the crew have changed composers, so Murray can do his own thing, and Lorne can show what he can do. I'm so happy, because now I'm going to Murray Gold. Yes, the Series 10 soundtrack for Dot 2 is out. I am happy Murray Gold brought some fantastic music in 2017. He made me cry with a certain track, The Dots of Life Still. It's like a lullaby. I would love seeing certain tracks being included, but AO. Let's preview 2025. I will start with something I haven't spoken on in a while. We don't know the air date yet for the show, but I am still getting hyped for Maul, Shadow Lord. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Samuel, the voice of Maul. Watching his behind the scenes, he is a very passionate actor, and that's why I'm excited to see what he can do. As I mentioned on the podcast before, Sam has been helping me up on Maul's character development, and it gives me hope that he's going to shine. With the guys and Matt Mitchell after the success in Tales of the Underworld, I'm kind of really hyped here. A Marvel comic prequel has hinted that Maul will try to rebuild his crime syndicate on a planet untouched by the Empire called Jax. To the addition of Marek, Dalton and Rockcast, Captain Mandalorian and Two Boots, yes, the droid called Two Boots, who are both cops and will potentially go against Maul. I'm interested to see how this series goes. I love the cults and I can follow along, so this could do well. Grogu fans, it's that time again. The podcast's most hyped project next year, the Mudhorn And Grogu. Since I had an episode dedicated on the first teaser, which I'll put the link in the description down below, I will be doing another episode on the next trailer that is coming up very soon, presumably after the time of this episode, but I don't know. I want to start with an interesting one when it comes to Ross of the Hutt. In my previous episode, I was a bit concerned, but it looks like he has an ally in Mando from what the voice of Rutter, Jerry Allen White, says. He has scenes with Mando, so that gets me hyped. This gives me hope that it's going to be used well. 3 of the ensigns have a name: Bai, Clan and Keto. It's unknown what the other ensign is called, even though the poster shows there is a 4th one. It's nice to see him have a name. There is good news for Imperial characters. Jericho and Hemke Madeira are rumored to be returned to their roles as Imperial Wars, who you might remember from the spies from the previous Mando series. If true, what will they be up to? And we know there will be a big threat from what we saw in the show council scene. Steve Blum has been confirmed to be back as Zeb, which is a huge win because he will link into Ahsoka S2. I'm so happy that we're going to be seeing more of the violence that. The movie will not be a rewrite of Series 4. It's an original movie which is a lot better as nothing will be rushed. Series 4 is written and is on the table, so if it gets renewed, there is a script available. The main one is we're going to see a new side to Din Djarin as he's lost to the New Republic and he's training his son as a Mandalorian apprentice. I can't wait for the adventures together and as separate individuals, as that's going to be a hard fight because Star Wars is all about characters going on their journeys like what we'll be seeing with our boys. Ahsoka's back with her Padawan Sabine Wren and droid Huyang as they go up against Ben Scott on Preview, who we saw last time had reached a mountain statue that resembles the father, the son and the daughter from the planet Moses, who you Star Wars fans will remember from the Clone Wars. This looks to be one of the interesting elements of the series. The Ahsoka fandom has got people theorizing since 2023. When the series finished for the first season, the Jedi trio are here for a purpose, according to Ahsoka. When she said this was where they need to be last season. The Trishan Lu Bazito Al-Sibiran has said that the new series is better than Series 1. I want to see it improve because I think there is potential, but I do worry because I have a few concerns which you'll see later on. There will be 2 parts, one on Meridia, the other one on the other galaxy, our galaxy. We will be seeing Thrawn, yes, Ronnie, Enoch, the Night Sisters, and the Undead Army try to take back the real galaxy for the Empire. Thrawn is definitely one of the characters I am intrigued to see, as we'll be seeing another round of him versus the now, and thankfully still the general hero Cinderella. After the naughty Zeno, Sensor Zeno, tried to get removed from her position but luckily C-3PO and Leia helped her there. I want to touch on a concern I have with Ahsoka, and that is the females, but more specifically the female villains, and I don't think the disaster in Doctor Who is going to help, and neither is the tactics, which saw the departure of 1/3 of the Night Sisters. Claudia Black has confirmed she won't be in season 2 due to pay disputes. Disney, we've been through this! In a different league with Street Get Wild due to delays in Doctor Who's renewal, now poor Claudia isn't satisfied, and I'm in the mood because I am worried female villains are underperforming, not just here, but in Doctor Who. I'm different with them in series 1, as on one side they're good and thin, on one side they don't have a stand-up plotline, which is what hindered the Ronnies in Doctor Who series 2. I feel Ivana Sentinel has a chance to show who she can be, just as Shin. What is going on with the bandits, as I feel like she's the leader. I would love to see some confliction with Shin as well, as I think there's a lot they can build and work on. A character I want to see more of is Anakin Skywalker, played by Hayden Christensen, a very well person in Ahsoka's journey. I love Hayden in season 1, and he was one of the strongest M's in my eyes. He's rumoured to be returned, so I'm excited to see what he can do if this is true. I want to talk about a shipping called Wolfren. Sabine Wren and Shin Hati. A huge respect to the Wolfren squad. I'm going to call them the Wolfren squad because I've got to give these shipping name squads now. There have been rumours this could be a thing by people involved. If they were doing it, I want to see more chemistry, as I can see the fight and the conflict. It's not winning me over just yet. I had some experience with Phasmin originally, but as you faithful will know, big fan of Phasmin and miss my girls. I get some sort of passion from those passionate Wolfren scenes. That saying, there is still work to do, and if it doesn't work, I'm okay, but I know people will keep Wolfren alive. Go Team Wolfren! Let's finish off with something Rosario Dawson has said and has got me intrigued, as Ahsoka will be more relaxed and joyful, and it's about time, as you know she's had it tough. If you haven't seen it in the Clone Wars or Rebels, she hasn't had it easy, and those moments she has with Anakin in season 1 are the reason according to Rosario, which is great, and why I'm happy Hayden returned as Anakin. Plus, working on community like she used to in the Jedi Order makes me really intrigued what she's going to do. Are we getting Billy Piper as the Doctor at Christmas 2026? There has been some tidbits, but I won't mention because there may be people who don't know. Respect to them. They need to do a David Tennant now like he did in 2023, as the strong shows are the first 2 parts, and they need all the best talent they can to help Billy or whoever is the Doctor. What to expect in 2026? Lots of Star Wars episodes, including the 3 projects mentioned, plus Clone Wars fans will be in for a treat, as this show agrees that the Bad Batch lives on. Rightfully so, guys, rightfully so. During the main hiatus of Doctor Who, I will be bringing a variety of content from the series discussions to classic Lee shenanigans, so that's what's coming up. Finally, I will sing to you the Hunters mantra from K-pop Demon Hunters, sung by Little Rumi and Celine. We are hunters, voices strong, slaying demons with our song, fix the world and make it right, when darkness finally meets the light. I hope you enjoyed that. Which show are you excited for in 2026? Comment down below or at First 22 on social media. In the next episode, which will be the first episode of 2026, I focus on something Stephen Moffat wrote in 2011, which is still out related, but you might remember this Steve Jesus miniseries, which is Night of the Doctor, starring Matt Smith and his companions, Tease, Tuxedo, Top Hat, Karen Gillan. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next year. Have a happy Christmas, have a happy New Year. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Phasmin and Jarins and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya!